A very fun tutorial. We are going to design the halter top and the tights for 6-inch Dawn. So this is what I did earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and do a new one so that you can see how I go about it. So let's get this situated here. This is small paper. It's a small doll, so I'm going to take her clothes and we are going to design a dress just like this. And we have a hook in there, some chain hook, and here are her tights. I'm going to make some pink tights, and why don't we just design the same dress, the same fabric? So this is what we need to do. I'm going to go a little bit farther so that you can see the doll. Right here. So I'm going to do her body here, and then we're going to design let me see, I'll go right here. We're going to design the dress, and then I'm going to put her body on the other side and design her tights. So here we go. Get the body of a Dawn doll or whatever other doll you want to. So right now we're working with Dawn, and I'm going to outline her body. And I'll show you what it looks like here on the bottom, because we're not getting everything. And I am holding her so her body doesn't move that much. So I am right-handed, so I don't want to have my big hand here, so I'm going above it, so I don't have that much control here. And the one thing that I do is right where her armpits are, I always make a extra mark so that I know where her armpits are and where the bottom of her body is. So this is what I did here. I put her armpits right here so that I know exactly where it's at and exactly where the bottom of her crotch is, and here are her feet. So now I'm going to do another one, and this is going to be, I'm going to outline her body again. This is going to be for the tights. And let me move this over so you can see. Yeah, there we go. We can see her feet. So it does not have to be perfect. You saw that in the other body outline. We are just looking to see the width of her hips, where her waist is, and how long her feet are, or her legs, excuse me. So here we go. And you lift up one leg so that you can get this part here. Oops, I think I moved it a little bit, but that's okay. When we do the pattern, it's going to be an outline, and we're going to give ourselves extra room. So there, this is going to be for the tights. So I'm moving Dawn over here, and we're moving our outline. So this is her waist right here. So we're going to give ourselves extra room because we're going to need a fold. So I'm going to give myself that much, and this part right here is going to be on a fold. So this is the fabric, so it's going to be on a fold like that. So we are going to go, okay, we're going to go right over here all the way to the bottom, and where her feet are, we're going to give ourselves this much because we are going to start sewing here. And these are her ankles. We want to go inside and then out. And over here where her crotch is, we are going to go, this is the middle. So give yourself this much room, or however wide your foot is for your sewing machine. So I'm going to go like this, and you do an opposite J or a half of a U. Let's do the half of a U, and then you angle it. You angle it over. So now I'm going to cut this so that you can see. So you can see the pattern. And that is from the little outline we just did. And give yourself like a little foot. And this is the pattern for the tights right here. It's going to be a little bit wide. Let's look at it this way so it's less messy. So when you're looking at it over here, this is going to be your fold for your waistband. You're going to need that much. And look, it's exactly where I did the little line. So you're going to need that much. Depending on what type of elastic you're using, I'm using this very thin one. So let's pretend this is the fabric. And look, this is how much we need right here. Okay? And then we're going to be sewing. So we're going to be sewing like this and over here. And the fabric that you're going to need is a stretch material. A lot of people have trouble sewing with stretch material, and that is because of the sewing machine. So don't get discouraged. If you're having trouble with your sewing machine, you can sew it with the needle and thread. Oops. You can sew it with the needle and thread over here, and then sew it with your sewing machine. So these are the tights for Dawn. So that's Dawn here. Alright, and now we're going to do the dress. Let's design the dress. So this is the middle part right here. And we're going to do this halter top. So you put a line over here. Here is the little pit area for the pit. So do this right here, and then it's easier to go like this and give yourself the material where we're going to fold right here. And from here, we're going to do this little clip, and we're going to do the dress. Here's her hand. We're going to do a little mini. So here's her hand. By the time we fold this up, it's going to be like over here, kind of close, this part right here, kind of close to the tip of her hand. And you get your doll, and you make sure you have enough material to go around. So we need, let's say, at least 3.5, but I want it to be more flared out than this. This is kind of straight. So let's put this on the half right here. So we need to be at least right here. This is tight right here. You just saw me do her little body. So I want to be at least this much. And let's see how that goes. And this is the back part right there. Okay, so this is the design. You're going to do yours and it's going to be a little bit different. And let's use this as a guide. So we're going to do, let's do 3 inches. 3 inches by 1 inch. And that's going to be for our neck. Oh, let's do it right here. So 3 by 1 and 1 inch. Oh, that seems a little bit. Let's do 1 1/4. This is going to be for our neck. So 3 by 1 1/4. This is the neck. All right, so now we're going to cut the pattern. And I'm going to place this higher here so that we can see a little bit more and I'm not all the way. Oh, these are my good scissors. I have scissors for tape and paper and I have my scissors. So I want to fold this in half to make sure that we have a straight and very good equal rectangle. So this is our neck. And now what I'm going to do is fold this in half so that we can have a very good pattern here. So this is going to be different than the other one. I always give myself a little bit more room. Alright, right here, the other one had like a little area to do the fold. And it's not going to be straight. We're kind of do it at an angle so that we can have a nice little flare. Alright, so here is our pattern. And now we are going to start cutting this. So let's use Dawn as our little example here. So we're going to do the clip here. And this part we're going to fold it because we're going to sew it this way. So let's pretend that we already sewed this and let's see. This is what you do, or what you can do is do like a pre-fabric look. Get your pattern that you just did and let's pretend that we just sewed it and let's see what it looks like on paper. So we're going to be that much there, and over here on the back going to be like this. So this part seems like a little bit too much here in the back, but there we go. Let's get our fabric and test our little pattern. So here's the beautiful fabric. I'm looking at it in the back side, so let me give you the front side. And I guess we'll do it like this. And I'm going to pin it down and cut it. And this is going to be for our neck. So I am looking for some fabric here. And I'm going to do it from right here. Maybe I'll do it over here. Look at that. We have different levels of material here. So I'm going to do it from right here. always looking for the best spot, so I don't have that many odd edges in the material. I just like to keep it uniform. So I'm going to cut the neck first. So this is the thing. When you're doing sewing, the preparation, cutting the fabric, this is something that you don't see, and it does take time. So I'm trying to speed it up. And there we go. Okay, so, ow, that is our neck. And now we're gonna cut our newly designed dress. So when I put it on the Dawn doll, it did seem that it's kind of big on the top, but we'll see it on fabric. It's better to have more than less. This is the part over here that seemed we may need to. I'm going to give myself a little bit more and try to do a little bit more on that side. The fabric is all together. I didn't cut. I'm just going to cut it right off of what I have. So you notice right here that you do cut a little bit more from the pattern. So I'm going to move this over to the side and fold it in half. Hi, welcome back. Oh, hi, Marna. We're doing we just did the design. You can see the body where I outlined the body, and then we designed the dress from there. So this part might be too big. I did a test on the doll, and it looks like it might be big. But now that we have the fabric, it's going to be a lot easier, a lot more malleable than having paper. It's almost like having a potato pouch or a potato bag on her. So let's try our pattern out. So this is another test run. Okay, that's okay. Thanks for being here. And this is the part where I'm saying that's going to be kind of big, this part, but it's better to have more. So there. So this is us testing out the pattern. So it basically looks like the other one. And look at that, it's going to be almost the same size. So let's get started and let's do this. I couldn't find any fabric, so I was kind of hoping that I would have enough out of these little scrap pieces. So, okay, so it's stretchy along that way, so I have to stay on that line. And I think I do have enough on this side, so. This is me saving everything, every little scrap, only because I know that I have little dolls, and it will be, okay, I don't have enough there, so I thought I would, so let me give, like a little look over here. I have fabric underneath my table on the other side, so this is me scavenging around. I did think I was going to have enough. Sorry about this little delay. So, I'm going to shift one more place. everything that, and I have them sectioned out as different. So I wasn't planning on using this material. We have a technical malfunction here. So I'm going to use the next specs thing just so that we can do this. So I'm going to be using this material right here. It's a very beautiful one. So that's going to be for us to see how the pattern turns out. So we're gonna cut it and start sewing it. And luckily I have white thread. Oh my God, I found it. I found the fabric, so we'll use that one and go with the, this is actually prettier. So this is ribbing. This is what you usually use like on pajamas or for little kids. So I'm going to cut this out and it's going to be gorgeous. It's a beautiful high bubblegum pink. So cutting the fabric, like I was saying, takes time. Only because you have to put the pins and then cut it. But as soon as we get done from here, and I have to do this twice. This is a very soft and thin ribbing or stretch knit. So trying to put it in there. So I have to use my pattern because this is very loosey-goosey. So I'm going to put it there. I can't. Usually I use the fabric pattern to cut the other one, but not this time. So we're going to do the tights first. I just dropped it. Okay, we're going to do the tights first, and then we're going to do the halter top. Oh my goodness, it's moving. When you sew, I bet that you're not talking. And doing this and talking, I get to use a different side of my brain. So I know some of you are probably laughing there. Try talking while you're cutting and or trying to concentrate and doing the cutting or doing the sewing. There we go. Let's move our dondal and the clothes, and we will get to that later. So we got the patterns of these little itty bitty pieces that we just created. So this looks like the outside, so we're going to face it this way. Here's the tights, and this looks like the outside. So I'm gonna, oh yeah, it is. So I'm gonna face them together. So you're going to sew one side of the tights, and we're going to do the casing and put the elastic with the other. And I'm going to tighten this up a little bit. There. Just want to make sure that okay, so we have the beginning of the tights right here. And now to put on the elastic. This is the size of my elastic. It's very small. That's my dog, Lilo. She's been kind of like a not full-blown anxiety, but she's been doing that, and I've come to the conclusion that the cats, the Sphinx cat, they do kind of do their little howling. I think she's doing that. But she may want to go to the bathroom. And I don't have a training pad at the moment. I ran out, so I do need to take her outside. Those little training pads come in handy, let me tell you. So while I'm talking to you, you saw that I opened it up and I'm holding it down. And I don't cut the elastic because once I have this cased, I pull it. So there we go. So sorry about that. Let's get in there. So this is sewing for Dawn Doll. I'm getting tongue-tied. So this is very small. And I have enough casing in here, or a casing fold, to where I know that I'm not going to sew into the elastic. Alright, there we go. I'm going to take a look because that was pretty close. Alright. Lily. So I'm going to do it again because I didn't get it all. So I'm going to go a lot closer. And look at what I'm doing. I'm pulling. So if just in case I do touch or get the elastic, I'm going to have it connecting while it's stretched. And now here at the end, I turn it around and hold it into place. Alright, let's get it out. Okay, there. Okay, I'm adjusting the camera. So here we go. And I'm going to take this extra, and that side was easy, so let's see about this one. I'll take this out off of camera. So there we go. Now we're going to connect the other side. So this is the part where you have to put your hand to make sure that the elastic doesn't bounce or jump. Okay, there. Alright, I got a firm hold. And I was kind of on the edge, so we're going to go up to the middle here, or to the side. And there we go. So after you do this part with the tights, let me give it some. There she goes. She's howling now. She's howling like the cats. That's something that she started doing. And you open up the tights, and this is where we were, where we sewed it on the side. You open it up, and you put a pin in here to make sure that you are right at the middle ground. So put a pin in here, and then just start by sewing one end and onto the other. So I'm inside a little bit. Did you notice that I started in? And I am trying to get or mimic a little ankle or little foot, and we're out. Okay, it's safe to take this out and readjust it there. Okay, that's the middle. And fold it so that we can have our tights here. And again, we're working with 1 inch of folded fabric here. and even less right here. Just the width of my finger. And I'm peeking, making sure that I have fabric right there. So that's the ankle right there, and you want to go out. Notice how I'm pushing this out. And this part you have to be very slow. There is no race. I went ahead and reversed and double stitched it there so that we can have a good amount of thread. So now I'm going to clip it because, believe it or not, this does bulk up in little Dawn's body. And you don't want to look like she's wearing diapers or anything. So I am clipping it slowly to make sure that I don't cut or the scissors goes ahead of me with the force. And there. So I use a rod that I got from a clothing hanger. This is where you put the pants, and they had little clips. So after it broke, I used it up and I upcycled it for my need. So this comes in really handy for these little tight places. So I'm putting my finger and then just massaging it through. And turning inside out always takes a while, but this is going to be a breeze. And now for the other side. I don't get in the habit of starting from the end because it just bottlenecks. It's easier just to massage it. And in less than half a minute, we're going to have this on Dawn. And she's going to be modeling. And look at these little tights, itty bitty tights. So that's the back end right there. And let's get our lovely lady. And she's going to be wearing these. Okay. So this is the part where I do subconsciously get quiet when I'm dressing a doll, because it really takes concentration to get clothes on a doll because they're so small, especially little Dawn. So I am putting my finger and pushing it through, pushing it like a worm, and we're going to see our tights. And here we are. Here's Dawn with her little tights. They're not tight to where it was a burden to put on, and they don't look bad at all. So now we're going to do the dress. So we are 33 minutes, and that's not bad since we had to design the pattern. So now I'm going to do the sewing along the edges, and this should be quite quick. So first I'll start by the folds here. This is the back. And next I'm going to work with the halter top area. So here's the top. I'm not going to pin it down because we're just going to follow the crease and fold. And the one part that's going to take some time is the turtleneck, or the halter area of the neck. And I'm not going to go too much in detail. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to put reference on the other video where I did this same dress. That one took some detail for doing the little neck part, the little neck, the turtleneck. So here we have the turtleneck area, or the halter neck area, and we're going to try this on her. And this is much better than the pattern, because the pattern goes like up to here. I wanted it to be nice and form-fitting for the top. So we're going to do the neck, and I gave the sizes earlier, so I'm going to give you the size. We have 3 inches by 1 1/4, and what I do, which is a hack of doing waistbands, is this. So I put it in the middle, which is right here, and right now I'm going to eyeball it. There's not that much to eyeball. We just put it there, and I put it right where I need to sew it. So now what I'm going to do is crease it, because this is cotton and it's going to crease. Fold it right in the middle of the top of this. Crease it again, and then do the fold. And with this fold, I'm going to hold it and turn it inside out like a fan and sew it there. And this is going to prepare our completely folded turtleneck area. Woo! That was quick. Lily? Lily. She started doing that because of the cats, the Sphinx cats. They howl. Or maybe there's going to be an earthquake. She's very nervous. She has been. Alright, so right now she's drinking water. So what I'm doing now is I'm turning it inside out and using my scissors to give it a very nice, good, solid, like a corner push. And there it is. This is the back. Look how beautiful it looks. And this is the front. So I'm going to sew from the outside, and we are almost done. I would say within a minute, Dawn is going to be wearing this dress. And my dog Lily is going to go outside. Take her for a walk. Oh, I didn't do the hem, so we'll do the hem right now. We're going to do a raw hem for this dress. I don't have any of those little sewer foots that do these things. I've been sewing for so many years that, you know, I just go ahead and wing it. And this is the part where we fold it in right in the beginning. And remember when we were designing this dress, I wanted it to have a lot more flair than the other one. So let's see if it has more flair. We already saw that it's a lot nicer on the halter, around the shoulders and her armpitties. Hi, sweetie. Calm down, Mama. And here is the dress. I'll do the bead and the chain loop later. off of the camera, and we are dressing her. And look how nice that is right here. So we might need to do a little bit less. Instead of 3 inches, we'll do like 2.5, but let's hold it there for presentation purposes. And put the pin there for presentation purposes. And here is Dawn with her brand new dress, just fresh out of the designing draft table. Thank you for joining me on this video. Trying to adjust the camera here. And this is Dawn with her new dress and her new tights. So if you have the doll, please refer to this video and learn how to make your own. And just readjust this right here. I'm going to go ahead and write it now. I'm going to do 2.5 instead of 3. So 2.5 by 1.25, but it actually looks nice, and it's a good, I guess you can do that too. We'll see you in the next video. I'm going to be relieving my doggy, and I'll put on the community board what we're doing next. See you in the next video. Bye.